Hi guys, I'm just gonna show you now how I do the basic mix for the drums. This is like a pre-mix, I would say. Then I will, when I have all the instruments recorded, I will do a much more in detail. But I'll give you a first one just to see how they sound now. So you can see right now I haven't panned anything or done anything. There are no effects on. So we can start just by bringing them down a little bit. So okay, a little bit down more. Go there, it should be so it doesn't peak. Okay, so what I do first is group them. So I make a bus for overhead. So instead of letting these go out to stereo out, I put them into, in this case, bus 3. We go to bus 3. I name them overhead bus. Then go back. And we got the snares. I actually put the kick in its own bus also, even though it doesn't need it, since it's just one track, but I do it anyway. I think it's easier to work here later on. So let's start with the first one, overheads. On the overheads, I don't do much but equalize them first. So what I do is just basically tear away a lot of the bottom end, and this is for phase mostly. What I want from them is the top end. More the hits than the actual body of the sound. So around here seems good for me. Around 440, that's good. And then I do the same on this one. Just take it all away. Maybe that's a bit too harsh. Go 340 on them. That should be good. And that's it. That's it for them. Can look at them here. Yeah. Take away some more there. That's it. Okay. And then we go to the snares. I'm going to solo them one by one first. Of course, always a low cut. So this one will be more of the body of the drum, and then we listen to the bottom mic. Here you have the mat underneath. And then when I combine them, this is when I go to equalize it here on the bus. So I try to find the sweet spot for it. punch. Somewhere there, I think. That's where I have kind of the meat of the drum. One problem with me mixing now is these earphones are they're very top heavy, so it might not sound that good. I will do another mix later on in my speakers, in my monitors. The toms, them I'm going to gate heavily. Noise gate I use is just the stock plugin. Dynamics, noise gate, put them on both. I start with this one, and then I'm going to find a spot in the song where we have it. There we got one. So here is one. Now it's good. I take a little bit more of this one, so I can see where. Let's see if I find one that's more faint also. Here is a good example actually. And then okay, so I don't want that snare in the beginning. That's it. And I don't want a long hold on this one. A little bit longer maybe. I'm going to put on a short reverb instead and give it body myself instead. So that should be good, and then we can listen here. Another spot where there is nothing, and it's silent. Good. So I move on to this one, set this noise gate, solo this one, and I can go here. Okay, so I'm working on, now I'm going to work on gate number 2, and I'm gonna set a threshold at, let's see, 22. A little bit longer hold and a little bit longer release. There is a little bit leakage, but I'm gonna have to live with that one. I am going to, now these two, they're going into a bus where I'm going to control it way more. So I start with compressing them. Let's do solo this one. Okay. I like the Studio FET. Gives a pretty hard punch. And I'm going to strip away just about all top end of them. Then listen to how they sound combined with the overhead. Okay, so I haven't panned them yet, but I think they're singing a bit too much. I think it's the low tom. I'm going to go and check it. This one. here. Have to give it a little bit more bottom end, but I just wanna... Yeah, that's better. Where's the sweet spot? Somewhere here. And then this one too, put an equalizer on this one also. I think maybe somewhere here. Okay, so now I'm going over to the kick. So first, I take away a lot of the sub. I'm going to do that more later on. And then let's find the sweet spot. It's usually around 100, I think, for kick drum. I let the bass go down in that area. I think it... Yeah. Around here. So I give it a little bit of an extra boost there. And then I just scoop out the middle, but still I want some of this here. So, and then I'll take away some of the absolute top end and give it a little boost somewhere, and I have to find that sweet spot. It sounds around there, so something like this, and then I start a compression. Not too crazy for the first compressor. Okay, so there we go for that one, and then I go to the bus. And we start with the equalizer. Same thing here. Now I can really go and cut away this end. Around there. And this one was around 4,000, I think. So something like this, I think. And then another compressor. That should take care of a lot of the... I think it's a bit too much in the top end, actually. This part. I want it a little bit more subtle. Then again, these headphones, they lie, so it might actually be okay. So we'll go with checking out the first. Do a little bit longer. I think the kick drum comes through nicely. Yeah, okay, so this is a good starting point anyway. So now I take all these buses, and first I send them to a separate bus that's called drums clear, and I also take all these and I send them to another bus called drums squashed. And what I do is in drums squashed first, I'm gonna send them with the full amount. That's it. So start with just taking off the solos, and then I solo drums clear. Now, so this will be my main drums. On. This one is a lightly compressor. I don't want the fat here. I could try the fat there. It's kind of nice, but these are way too compressed. But this is just bringing them together. So let's see which one sounds best. Yeah, I think this one sounds best. So that's pretty nice one. And I'm going to put on the of course I forgot the snare drum. Let's see. On this one, put a small reverb. Not too short, but definitely not a long one. Oh, I'm not sure I like that one. No. Let's see what else we have here. I like this one better, it gives more of a body. But it's not what I'm looking for. Snare chamber might be. Ooh, that's a bit too much. Maybe like that. Just give it some more room. Yeah, I like the punchiness more of this one. Okay, so that's that one. Now let's go to clear again. Put a limiter on it just to make sure. Okay, and then the balance between the snares. So now, in order for me to do that, I need to go into the group settings here. And they shouldn't be editing. Let's see here, automation, volume, mute, automation, like that. So now I only want to check the snares. I like that. Okay, so now drums clear again. So that one, it sounds okay to start with. Now I'm going to the squashed ones. So these ones, this is actually a tip I found online. To make this, first I put an equalizer and put around the same there. I just want to kill all those sub frequencies, and then I choose a delay, the tape delay, and I go 100% wet. Nothing here, no sync, no nothing, no feedback, nothing on these. 0 on all of them. So what I'm going to work with is this one, clip threshold. So you can listen to it now when I start pulling it. You get this nice tape distortion in it. It sounds like a 80s hip hop kind of song. Completely squashing it. And I blend this one in with the drums. So I'm going to lower it and then we'll listen to both. Now, of course, these two, they're not going to go stereo out. They're going to their own bus called drums main. And then I create tracks for these for the mixing later on. So now I can go solo this one. Let's see how much of this I want. Probably need to lower them both a little bit so I don't clip anywhere. Let's listen to a different part. Also, I usually put the room on the squashed one, so I put a small maybe a medium space. Let's try this one. So I don't like this one. No, not large spaces. Try this one then. it some room, the whole drum kit. Not too much. I think that should be okay. Oh, what's this? Yeah. Okay. So I have a reverb on that one, which gives me the room kind of feeling. And not too much of the squash. It's just gonna come in there with the drums together. And of course, an equalizer. And the toms are way too high. I'll set those later. So here I'm starting to get a drum sound coming. Let's go down with the tom bass. So it's better, but yeah. Okay. And then light compressor. Too hard. Let's see. Kind of like this one. Oh, this one it is. That's the rough mixing of my drums. So I start with sending the overheads to this bus, snares to this bus, toms to this bus, and then kick to the kick bus, and then I send all of them to the clear channel, and I send a what did I call it again? A send. I make a send to the squashed bus. And then I send these two buses, the mix between them, into a main bus, and this is the one that I'm going to work with. And then later on, if I feel like I need more snare or need more of something, then I just go in and mix it again. But as a basic mix. that's it. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching. Thumbs up and subscribe. Bye.